Good evening. Today, second year in post semester, sorry, uh, post semester marketing मधलं आपण सेल्स अँड डिस्ट्रीब्युशन मॅनेजमेंट हा सब्जेक्ट आपण पाहणार फोर्थ होती त्याच्यामध्ये फर्स्ट युनिट आहे सेल्स अँड डिस्ट्रीब्युशन मॅनेजमेंटचं त्याच्यामध्ये आपण नेचर्स अँड कन्सेप्ट्स अँड स्कोप फर्स्ट युनिट sales and distributions management मधनं sales and what is mean by sales and distributions management त्याची concept nature scope आपण लर्न करणार आहोत तर फर्स्ट जे आहे सेल्स अँड डिस्ट्रीब्युशन मॅनेजमेंट what is mean by sales management second sales management and the environment third sales and other departments. The scope of sales management, characteristics of the sales job, characteristics of salespersons, the role of salespersons. In this unit, main objectives. After going through the unit, you will be able to differentiate between marketing and sales, understand the relationship sales with other environment and marketing variable, describe sales related marketing policy and explain the changing role of personal selling. First, sales management as a concept has taken on a greater significance, especially with the change that have been taking place in the economy. This in discuss the importance of sales management, the new concepts that have arisen and some old ones that have assumed new dimensions in the context of globalization, differentiating between sales and marketing. The other unit goes on to explain the relationship between sales and other environment and marketing variables concept. Concepts like personal selling, sales control, and relationship selling and examine the various roles of account management, sales focal posts at the sales manager are delineated. Sales management, marketing management, and the new economy. Today, it has become imperative to talk about the new economic business and operating in a global economy where market face competitions faster than ever before. Technology too is changing every day. Present day business has to adapt to the needs to the consumer who has treatments, buying power, and a wide variety of goods and services to choose from. Marketing deals with identifying and meeting human and social needs. It also defined as the art of selling products. A simple marketing system is shown is following figure. Due to competitions in the uh, marketplace, marketers are now building a manufacturing satisfy long-term relationship with key customers, including communications, industry and market, goods or service, money and profit information. Next point is the sales management. What is the sales management? Sales management apart from the management of personal selling encompass marketing activities like advertising, sales promotions, marketing research, physical distribution, pricing, merchandising, and so on. Sales management is defined by the American Marketing Associations, the planning as directions and control of personal selling, including recruiting, selecting, equipping, assigning, routing, supervising, paying, and motivating as these tasks apply to the personal sales force. Sales value contributions to profit and growth are the three major objectives of the sales functions. Organized objectives are communicated to the marketing department, which in turn pass on the responsibility to the sales department. Sales management and the environment. Sales managers in any organization are affected by environmental factors. Such factors affecting sales could be behavioral, technological, or marginal in nature. Behavioral factors: the customer today has been become more conscious of the environment and sales must adjust to a variety of inputs like rising customers' expectation, expanding power of major buyers, consumer avoidance of buyers, sellers, negotiations, globalizations of market, fragmented market. Technological factor. The major technological factor that affects sales are sales force, automations, video sales, office, and electronic sales channels. Sales force automations includes laptop, computers, mobiles, telephones, fax, email, and more advanced sales software that help account planning and the requirements, selections, and evaluations of the sales personnel. Electronic data interchange provides computer links between manufacturers and resales, creators, wholesalers, and distributors, allowing direct exchange of information. Technological innovations have facilitated desktop video conferencing, enabling sales meeting, training, and customer interactions without the need for people to leave their office. Technological innovations lead to cost, time saving, and enhanced job satisfactions for salesperson. Marginal factor, manager responds to the change in the environment by developing new strategies and tactics to enhance sales effectiveness. They employ direct marketing techniques, improve cooperations between sales and marketing, and look after the training and development needs of the salespeople. Sales management responds to new challenge, but regarding the importance of professional qualifications, sales organizations they put salespeople for training as well as to enhance their professional qualifications to institutions like the National Institutes of Sales in India to meet the challenge of today competitive environment. Next, sales and other departments. Sales personnel have to coordinate with the marketing departments like promotion activities and market planning. Sales people must also coordinate with distribution channel, pre and post introductions of productions. It is a sales that has to balance the interest of trade and the manufacturer. Sales must motivate trade for joint promotional efforts, coordinations between sales and the overall marketing strategy is obviously essential, especially where new product introductions to concept. The scope of sales management directs the sales force. Therefore, it must known are the art and science of personal selling. Personal selling is accomplished through salesmanship. The sales executive must know the activities of salespersons, including salesmanship and the problem. faced by a salesperson from the organization's viewpoint. There are three objectives of sales management: achieving sufficiency and value, providing ample contributions to profit, and expressing continuous growth. The top management delegates to the marketing management, which then delegates to the sales management. During the planning phase that phases this goal setting, sales executives provide informed estimates on market and sales professionals, the capabilities of the sales force and the middleman. Next point is characteristics of the sales job. There are several distinct features of a sales job. A salesman is the ambassador of his company to the external world. He leaves a lasting impressions on those with whom he interacts and who form an opinion about the company from his behavior. Assessments is human relationship much more than other as he interacts with a variety of people. To drive a situations, he must show dominant skills and composure. It should also use tact and intelligence while dealing with his customer. Next point is the categories of salesperson. Selling job can be classified on the basis of the creative input it to perform them. These have several categories of salesperson, such as first is just delivery. Here, several sales people simply fulfill orders by delivering the product. Deliver of a fan of soft drink bottles, milk waiter, a person at the petrol pumps. Second point is the order tackles. The salesman behind the counter of grocery or door of a bookstore listens to the requirements of the consumer and service them the right product. These order takers may be found in the field as well. For example, salesman selling hardware items. Missionary selling, here are persons who build an image of the organizations and generate goodwill for it. For instance, those selling plus medical representative and missionaries. Next point is the sales engineering. What is meant by sales engineering? Sales engineering means there are sales people who uh, have the sound technical knowledge of the product are considered as sales engineers. Creative selling. Salespersons use their creativity to sell tangible products like computers or aircraft, as well as intangible products like insurance, consultancy service, advertising service, etc. The role of a salespersons have key responsibility both to their employees and to those who buy and use their firm's product. The top management holds them responsible for obtaining significant sales value, providing atom contributions to profit and continuous business growth. Sales managers are in charge of personal selling activity and their primary salesman in management of the personal sales force. Today, sales managers are responsible for organizing the sales force both within and outside their organizations. Within the organizations, the sales manager build of formal and informal organizational structure that ensures effective communications not only inside the sales department but also in its relations with other organizational units. Outside the organizations, the sales manager serves as one of the company's most important contract point with customers. This sales manager is responsible for building and maintaining an appropriate and effective distribution network. Today's sales manager are responsible not only for using but for participating in the preparations of information critical to the making of the marketing decisions such as those on budgeting, quotas, and territories. They participate in marketing decisions regarding product marketing, channel and distributions policy, advertising, and other forms of promotions and pricing. Thus, the moderation sales manager is both an administrator in charge of personal selling activity and a member of the executive group that makes marketing decisions of all types. Sales-related marketing policy was following are the main except which they consider as sales-related marketing policy. Sales advertising, the personal selling effort must be coordinated effectively with advertising, display, and other promotional efforts. Is that if the total marketing effort is to achieve the desired result. Synonymous personal selling with advertising is particularly important. Advertising may prove uneconomical unless the sales force capitalizes upon the interest announcement. Sales and distributions. Sales executives are concerned with coordinating the personal selling effort with the marketing effort of the middlemen among the most important aspects of this coordinating activity are gain product distributions, updating dealer identifications, reconciling business goals, and sharing promotional risk. In furthering the chance of that the personal selling before being success, the salesperson must ensure that the final buyers know which local outlets stock the product, even if the manufacturer's advertising succeed in reselling the product, no sales will result if the fine buyers are unable to find the outlets that stock it. The marketing program often calls for the manufacturers at the middleman to use cooperative advertising. In this case, sales executives ensure that the sales personnel make effective presentations designing to convince dealer to participate. It is a know enough sales and pricing for sales executive to know the techniques and problem of new brand introductions. They must be capable to putting the plans into actions, implementing them, and skillful executing the program. Sales and pricing. Pricing of a product can be done with the help of two pricing strategy waiver, penetration pricing strategy, and discriminating pricing strategy. The penetration pricing strategy is used for products that mm, are not very costly and are meant for the masses. The skimming pricing strategy is used for expensive products. A salesperson is the best judge of the marketplace as he is in touch with the customer and know the plus of the marketplace. An organization decides upon the pricing strategy to be adopted according to the need of the market and the consumer decisions. The sales management process. Sales management programs are formulated to reform respond effectively to an organization's environment circumstances, and this must be consistent with the business, comparative, and marketing strategies. The effective management of a company sales force involves three integrated sets of decisions process combinations of a strategy sales programs. The strategy sales program should consider the environmental factors faced by the firm. It should organize and plan the company's overall personal selling efforts and integrate this with the other elements of the firm's marketing strategy. Implementations of the SES program. The implementation phase involves selecting appropriate sales personnel as well as designing and implementing policy and procedure that will be direct their efforts towards the desired objectives. Evaluations and control. The evaluation phase involves developing methods for monitoring and evaluating the performance of the sales force. Implementing the sales program as with any kind of management, implementing a sales program, innovations, motivating and directing the behavior of the other people, the members of the sales force to be effective, the sales manager must understand why the other in its here sales force behave to the way they do, regardless of how highly motivated or competent salesperson are, their ability to achieve a particular level of job performance is influenced by the environmental factors. A salesperson must understand what the job entails and how it is supposed to be performed. The activities and behaviors associated with a particular job are defined largely by the expectations and written demands of other people, both inside and outside the organizations. A sales management can use verbal policy and to influence the attitudes, skill levels, role, and motivations of the sales force. Implementations a sales program involves designing such policy and procedures so that they shape the job behaviors and performance of each salesperson, direct him or her towards the specified objective and performance levels. The sales manager must decide what kind of effort is required for the firm's salesperson to do the kinds of selling in order and achieve the program objective. Next, violations and control of the sales program. A company might utilize three major approaches in evaluating and controlling the sales force to monitor the performance of the sales program. The first approach is sales analysis. The volume of sales can be monitored for each salesperson. In addition, sales figures are often broken up according to a geographical each product in the line and the different types of customers. The second approach is cost analysis. The cost of various selling functions can be monitored and examined across universal people and discrete. The third approach is behavior analysis. A salesperson ability to achieve a certain value of sales in some time influenced by factors beyond his control, such as competitions or economic conditions. Planning and control go hand in hand. Self-objective are received to examine where we stand today. how we travel up to this point, where we are headed, and how to reach there. Sales plans are designed along with policy, and also the control process starts by setting performance standards. The actual performance is then measures. The results are compared with the standard set. Variations are deeply examined. Last of all, corrective actions is taken to set the matter right. Salespersons are responsible for controlling the personal selling effort of the organization units they head. The general purpose of this control is to ensure that sales department objectives are reached with as little cost effort as possible. Salesperson start by reviewing the personal selling objective of the firm and earning out the weakness. They set quantitative standard against which is measure performs. Next is formal control. Formal controls means as the organization is written sales and marketing policy to ensure substantial uniformity of actions. Written policy also conserve executive times, a matter of great importance to sales executive because policy are written more time can be used for planning and marketing decisions regarding problems not covered by existing policy systemized now. Much a product can be sold in a specified future period is prescriptive both for planning and control. Sales value performance is best appraised by comparing it with the professional sales value. The sales or marketing forecast therefore serves as a standard for evaluating sales performance. Next, key accounts management. Key accounts management is a strategy used by suppliers to target and serve high potential customers with complex needs by providing them with special treatment in the areas of marketing, administration, and service. In order to receive key account status, a customer must have high sales potential. A second characteristic is that too complex buying behavior. For example, large decisions making units with many choice criteria are often found in personal geographical locations. The decisions making unit may be located in a different function areas. Third, key account status is more likely to be given to customers willing to enter into a long-term alliance or partnership. Such relationship offer buyers many benefits, including reliability of supply, risk reduction, is a problem solving, better communications, high levels of service. Key accounts that are geographical spread are often called national accounts. Key accounts handling requires a special kind of attention from the seller that may be behind the capacity of the regular field sales force. Some of the key responsibilities of key account managers are planning and developing relationship with a wide range of people in the customer forms mobilize personal and other resources of their own funds to assess the account and coordinating and motive the efforts and communications of their companies field sales people in their calls on the various departments, divisions, and geographical locations of the key accounts according to rise and read the six most critical conditions need to ensure the success of key accounts management are first is the integrations of the key account programs into the company's Overall sales efforts, sensor management's understanding of any support for the key account unit shows clear and practically lines of communications between outlining sales and servicing establishment of objective and missions, compatible working relationship between sales managements and field sales people, clear definitions and identifications of customers to be designed for key account status, building relationship with key accounts. The importance of relationship building with customer is discussed in Unit 7. However, there are certain ways in which suppliers can build relationship with key accounts. 5 ways of building strong customer relationship will now be described. Personal trust. The objective is to build confidence and resource method ensures that promise are kept, replies simply to queries, problems, and compliments, establish high but not indicative frequency of contact with key account, arrange factor site visit, engage in social activities with customer, gives advantage, warning of problem, technical support. The objective is to provide known how and improve the productivity of the key account method, research and development cooperations before and after sales service, provide training, those selling supplies helps key account to sell. Resource support. The objective is to reduce the key accounts financial burden methods, provide trade facilities, create low interest loans, engage in cooperative promotions to share costs, engage in counter trade, accept payment by means of goods or services rather than cash service level. The objective is to improve the quality of service provisions, method, reliability delivery, purchase in time delivery, install computerized reorder system, give quick and accurate forecast, reflect directions. Next is the risk reductions. The objective is to lower uncertainty in the customer mind regarding the supply and the produced product or service provided. Methods. First, the demonstration. Second, free or low cost trial period. Third, product guarantees. Fourth, delivery guarantees. Clearance maintenance contract. Proactive follow-ups and return selling. Suppliers should consult the above checklists to evaluate the cost benefit of using each of the methods for building strong relationship with each account. Judgment is to be made regarding the value each key account plays on each method and the cost including executive and management studies of providing the income. Practice of relationship selling. Customer retention continues a prime objective of relationship selling. This can only be achieved in an organizational selling situation by giving full regard to customer needs and by working to form long and trustworthy relationship. In such situations, it can seen that the length of time that individual salesperson stay in a particular post may well increase since buyers and general stay in their positions. About which along a field salespeople, this new tendency has given rise to the associated concept of internal marketing, defined by the Berry, the means of applying the philosophy and tactics of marketing to people who service external customers so that first the best possible people can be employed and retained. They will do the best possible work, just as in this case of external customer. There is a strong body of opinion that internal marketing should focus on long-term relationship and employees' retentions within company department. Thus, it is anticipated that on the relationship selling customers, the times individual salesperson spent in a particular post will move towards that of other purchasing counterparts. Why should this be the case? It can be caused by bias because by the types of role fulfilled have that what may be termed a more stated occupational lifestyle that that of the traditional salesperson whose lifestyle on the road can be quietly thus more settled and stay in post long. Since visiting individual customers means are likely to be longer in durations, and this will result in less individual sales calls being made. In fact, in some situations, it can even envisaging that we might well be somebody from the supplies company permanently in place at the customer's company. This is already being participated by some high technology companies, for example, those providing computer software and hardware to large retail organizations at more practical level. The two activities that currently trend to be regarded as ancillary to the tasks of selling, information gathering and servicing will become more important. Summary sales management revolves around a number of activities. The first giving contributions of profit. The other activities include achieving sales target, satisfying customer, identifying the sales strategy, and defining the personal selling objective. The formulations and control of a sales policy and implementations of the sales program are all responsibility of the sales manager. Thus, sales management today is of greater significance and includes marketing activities like advertising, sales promotions, sales distributions, or pricing. Sales alone cannot bring profit to an organization today. With combinations in the marketplace, it is of relationship selling that bring success to any organizations. Returns, just delivery, next order transfer, missionary selling, in sales injury. Next questions and in series. First question is why are the a change in the role of sales management from just selling to a relationship selling? Second, if you are a salesperson from a cosmetic company, what according to you are the essential quantities required for a salesperson. Our question is what is the role of sales control and how is it done today? It is important for a salesperson to be a marketing man to support this statement with example from the market. Explain the role of environmental factors in sales activities. Chapter is completed. Next chapter is controlling the sales C4. In this chapter, study the sales budgeting and controls, purpose of sales budgets, methods of sales budgeting, preparations of sales budget, sales control, purpose of sales control system, method of sales control, sales analysis, marketing cost analysis, sales management audit, sales quotas made upon purpose of sales quotas, controlling sales person activities, types of sales quotas, sales planning quotas, method of setting sales planning quotas, limitation of sales quotas, administration of quota system, sales database, developing database, objective and criteria, opportunity, permission. Purpose of sales database. In this unit, an objective after studying its meaning, we will be able to explain the importance of the city, discuss the methods of purpose of sales control, discuss the concept of quotas, discuss the types of quotas, and explain the concept of sales development. Sales manager must be aware of mm, the types of expenses that are required to before after the sales. As well as the sales reviews, generating budgeting becomes a key task of sales management. It is also known as blueprint to making profitable sales. It now is coming how much sales are to be made and what expense will be incurred in the sale. A proper budget provides a projections into the sales value, selling expenses and profits of the company. Personal sales objective both quantity and quality determine the sales rate and marketing policies which in transform personal selling strategy. The strategy are decided in mind the two ways. For example, kind of salesperson and size of salesperson. All this together determines the sales focus and once the skills have been established, the sales force management into from the future. Next lecture आपण sales budgeting and control. Apart from that, the purpose of sales critical sales, purpose of sales budgeting sales, the preparations of sales budgeting, sales control, purpose of sales control system, sales analysis of the defining the sales. Next lecture, critical study. Thank you very much.